Merry Christmas.
Hello everyone, welcome to Freedom Homestead. I'm Jack.
I'm Tangie.
And we're happy to have you with us tonight. I'm going to adjust the camera and we're gonna give, we got a few people already with us.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Well, there is Josh with JEC and me. Hope you guys are doing good. Haven't, I don't know what I just did.
We're loading everything up on the laptop so we can watch the chat and see who's...
Yeah, and I blew the screen up.
Yeah.
Anyways, good to see you, Josh. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Deborah and Lisa and Marcy and Hiking to Change. Good to see you guys with us.
Mm-hmm.
How are your holiday plans coming?
Hair's a mess.
We've got our Christmas shopping done today.
We did. We're done, finally. We kind of wait till the last minute.
Yep, every year.
We don't plan on waiting till the last minute,
Nope.
but that's just usually what happens.
That's what happens every year. Every year I say, this year I'm going to be done before Thanksgiving. And every year we don't start until like 2 weeks before Christmas.
Well, and we both agree it would be awesome to have it all done a couple of weeks ahead of time. That way we don't have to stress over it. We don't have to worry about it. But I'll be honest with you, up until about 2 weeks ago, I wasn't even thinking about Christmas.
What were you thinking about?
Just everything else that's been going on. I just hadn't had time to even think about it. I mean, we had our anniversary coming up.
You're shaking the camera.
We had our anniversary coming up, and we had lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So it's just with work and everything. But anyway, it's here.
Yep.
Ready or not, here it comes.
Marcy said, I am not ready. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. But it's good to see everybody. We've got Grammy Karen.
Hello from the Hampton front desk. Aaron has a job while he's he's doing some other things in between other jobs.
Gotcha.
I'll put it that way. Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
So, hey Aaron, how you doing?
Hey Aaron. And the Tinkerer's wife is here. Heaven's Essentials. Hey Trish and Mandy. Getting Started on Homestead is here. Getting Started on Homesteading. I got my INGs and my EDs wrong.
Yeah.
Tubs of Love. Hey, present wrapping for 5 kids is happening tonight. Ooh, I hope you've got something good on while you're doing that. Well, hey, Mary Elizabeth. Merry Christmas to you too. There's Alan Farm. Thumbnail is quality content I came for.
Did you like that? Yeah. Yeah. Here's the hat.
Yeah.
Can you put it on?
I was over there doing something, and then I hear, hurry up, let's take this thumbnail picture, and I look up, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Aaron's going to screenshot this one probably and send it to me. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, Cecilia, and the Macs are here.
I will say, if you're new to our channel, we really appreciate it if you'll subscribe to us and follow along with us on our homestead journey. And I know spring, summer, we concentrate a whole lot on gardening and harvesting, and then in the winter she's concentrating on canning and what else? You've been doing a lot of cooking, a lot of recipes.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just kind of our life from season to season, how we kind of get things going.
I've got other things in mind that I would like to do. I have some sewing projects I've been wanting to do for a year.
Yeah, this is actually
and
hot.
I've just not had the time to do it.
It holds the heat in. Warm.
Oh, well, hey, Jennifer. Chaos and Gray says, hey, y'all, can mod off and on tonight. So,
okay.
Well, we're just happy that you're here.
Yeah.
We've got Kathy from North Star Prep
We've got some great moderators.
Yes, we do. The Macs are here. Definitely check out our mods channels. They are all amazing. Yeah. Let's see, the ebb and flow of homesteading. Exactly. I enjoy the canning in the wintertime. I feel like I get so much. Oh, and that reminds me. Starting January 1st, I am participating in Jarred Up January, which is a month-long collaboration that is hosted by Lisa at Sutton's Days, and I can't even remember now how many different channels there are that are participating.
Really?
But every single day in the month of January, we are bringing you a canning video.
Wow.
So I am super pumped about it. I've got a couple of recipes that I know I'm going to be bringing to the table. But I mean, all of these canners are canners who have been doing it for years. And yeah, like I said, by the end of the month, you will have 31 different canning recipes. So I'm very excited to be participating in that.
The Quebec Homesteader says, were you tagged for the 10 questions collab? And I don't think we were because I haven't heard of it.
I mean, we were tagged in one maybe
We haven't
2
been tagged
years
in-
ago,
yeah,
but a lot has changed in 2
We
years.
have not been tagged in any collabs in a long time.
Yeah.
So if it's something that's new going around, no, we have not.
No. But also, speaking of collaborations,
Scroll back. I think I missed something. Go ahead.
but tomorrow I am putting up a video. It is the last video of the 12 days of dehydrating collab that we've been doing with Darcy from the Purposeful Pantry. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying that. I know dehydrating is not something I've talked a lot about on the channel, but it is something that I enjoy doing. But since Darcy invited us to participate, I have been a dehydrating maniac. I have been, nothing is safe in this house. I've been dehydrating everything. I've dehydrated marshmallows.
Yeah.
And I put together a cute little hot chocolate Christmas kit for my little kiddos in my Sunday school class. And they really seemed to love it.
They did. They really liked that.
Yeah. So I made homemade my
Kids love hot chocolate.
my DIY hot chocolate mix that I actually have a video that I posted like 2 years ago. I used that recipe.
We got a really nice comment from Tubs of Love. She loves our channel. She's starting her homesteading journey this
Awesome.
spring, gardening, and she's so excited. She's been taking notes on your videos,
Oh, my.
all your canning stuff. So we appreciate that.
Well,
Thank
I hope
you so much.
I hope you're learning things to do, but also things not to do, because a lot of what we do are experiments, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, that's true.
But
That is very true.
But anyway, so with my dehydrating, so I made the little kit, and it had the dehydrated marshmallows in it, and I also put in some miniature candy canes and my homemade hot chocolate mix, and I bought cute little buckets from Dollar Tree with lids, and yeah, the kids were really excited about that. But tomorrow I am putting out a video on how to make fruit leather. So if you guys, some of you might possibly buy your kids the, what is it called again? Fruit roll-ups.
Yeah.
If you make them yourself, you use real fruit. You can control the sugar if you put any sugar in it at all. There's no artificial flavors, no artificial colors, and it's just as yummy and tasty. And it's a lot of fun to make. So that is what I will be putting up tomorrow. So be watching for that.
Okay. I was trying to read comments while she was talking, and I love it when everybody joins us and everybody says hi to each other. It's kind of funny watching them, because if I miss one and then I read a comment, I read a comment and I thought, I didn't do that, but they were talking to somebody else, because they're always saying hi to each other, and we love that. That's cool. But,
Yeah.
But Merry Christmas to everyone. I see a lot of people wishing each other Merry Christmas, so we want to throw that out there. Hope everybody has a blessed Christmas time, and I know some of you are going through difficulties. You know, this time of year it's kind of hard too when you're going through something that's unpleasant.
Yeah.
But we just hope that whatever you're going through, that you'll get through it, I guess, with the best way possible.
Yeah.
But we hope everyone does have a good Christmas. I can't believe the weather outside here. It feels like spring. It's amazing how warm it is. I think it's going to
Yes.
be in probably the mid 60s tomorrow. And Christmas Day.
And Christmas Day, they're saying it could get up to 70.
I don't think it's going to. No, it's mid 60s the next couple of days.
Well, even still,
Yeah, I haven't
mid
heard
60s
70 yet.
is, I'm like,
I'm loving it.
If I wanted that kind of weather during Christmas, I'd go to Florida.
Well, here's my process
like
of thinking. When I was a kid, yes, I wanted it cold. I wanted it to snow. I mean, that's Christmas. I want cold. I want a white Christmas. Now I'm thinking, man, mid-60s in December. That's awesome for our electric bill. That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm loving some of this warm weather. So I don't know. I know it's gonna get cold later on anyway. So I'm just soaking up every little warm day I can get. I love fall, and it kind of feels like that outside right now. It's those 50s and 60s temperatures. Loving it.
I just like for winters to be cold because we need the cold.
I know.
Like it kills bugs.
I'm not saying we don't.
Some of the vegetables taste better.
I'm saying
apple trees put on more fruit if you have a nice cold winter.
I'm not saying we don't need it. I'm just saying I'm enjoying a couple of warm days for a change.
Yeah. Yep.
So, questions for us. Anybody got some questions for us that we can answer on Christmas Eve?
Yes. Oh my gosh, the stink bugs have been. No lie, I went to Dollar General today and there was a stink bug in the window.
Oh,
and I was like, they just won't die. And ladybugs.
They do.
The stink bugs and the ladybugs have been horrible this year.
Yeah.
Like almost of biblical proportions, like plagues.
And we have a bad issue with flies around here too.
Yes. Well, we're right next to a farm and the flies are.
Yeah, we're right next to
really
a farm with a lot of livestock, and that's got a lot of flies.
We didn't show y'all in any of our videos, but y'all, we legit had fly strip hanging up over in the corner over there.
Yeah, we did.
Not pretty, but it was necessary.
We were just trying everything we could to get rid of those flies.
Yes. Okay.
So what? Have we got any other questions? Sometimes the
ladybugs are good, but not in the house.
and these aren't real ladybugs. It's those imposter, whatever you call them.
Kathy said, are they ladybugs or the Asian beetles?
Yeah,
they're the Asian beetles.
I'm pretty sure these are the Asian beetles.
I legit had the vacuum cleaner sucking them off the ceiling. Like they were coming in.
Well, not today, you didn't.
No, but
you did back in the spring.
Yeah, no, it was like 4 or 5 weeks ago when it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When like the sun was warming this side of the house.
But you were saying it like it happened this morning.
No, but it was.
But I did see a few out today because it got so hot. What else? Ladybug. Yeah, but these are these Asian. I don't think the Asian beetle version of ladybugs. I don't know if they are very helpful.
So Kayla said, if you could recommend only 2 canning cookbooks or 2 canning books for someone starting out, what would they be? That would be the Ball canning book and the Amish canning cookbook. Amish Canning Cookbook has very, very easy to follow instructions, especially for pressure canning.
Is that the actual title of it?
Yes. What is the name? The full name of the Ball Canning Cookbook, it's the big one with all the jars on the front of it. And my mind has gone blank. But those 2 are the ones that I would highly recommend. Amish Canning Cookbook for the recipes, obviously, but the instructions are so simple to follow. And
I'm sorry, are you done?
Well, I guess I can be done.
I'm sorry. I want to get the questions before they disappear. Somebody asked, will you have a video with 2020 goals?
We haven't formally decided to do one.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it, but
we can.
We probably will. Just sometime after New Year's, one of our videos will probably talk about what we plan to do this next year.
Mm-hmm. We do. We have plans for our homestead.
We'll have our homesteading plans, and then we've got goals to a couple of places we want to go and have some meetups with, hit HOA and
Thank you,
and
Sonny.
a few places like that.
Yes, the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. That is the one. That is the one. Both of those are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
They know their stuff.
Yes. Deborah said that she likes the USDA home canning cookbook. I have not seen that one. I don't have that one, but I do go to the USDA website a lot just to double check, safety guidelines for certain things. Nadina said she also loves the Amish canning cookbook. Me too. I love it. It's so great. And it was sent to me from my friend Susan, and it was a wonderful gift.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah. Trying to see. Does it tell
Is
how
this
many
frozen?
people we got up here?
There we go.
I don't know if it's frozen or not. I don't know if it's really. I don't think it's refreshing like it's supposed to.
Cecilia said, "Will you be adding livestock to the farm?"
Aha. That is a goal. Chickens.
Yes.
So, yeah, we plan on doing some chickens.
Yeah.
I am in the process of building a chicken coop as we speak.
Yes, which has been put on hold because of weather and because of time constraints.
Yeah.
But it has been started. And the goal is for it to be done by spring so we can get chickens this spring. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, when that day comes, I will probably cry. Happy tears.
Happy tears, yeah.
Yes. This has been in the making for nearly a decade. I have been waiting. So
why does it say we're not signed in?
I don't know. The tinker's wife said, "Will you name the coop?" Most definitely.
Oh, you will?
Yes.
What you gonna name it?
I don't know yet, but I have decided that that I am going to name the chickens after characters from The Office.
Really?
Yes. So it might be a play on words. It might be something like Dunder Mifflin. Instead of Dunder Mifflin Paper Company, it's got to be like some sort of like play on words. Or, yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking like The Office, The Orphis, but that doesn't sound very nice.
No, I wouldn't do it that way. You go ahead and keep talking. I'm trying to sign us back in.
Okay.
I did something and logged us out.
He just logged us out. But anyway, so yeah, but I'm very, very excited. So I'll have to watch the chats from the phone here. Okay, good deal. Yeah, I don't know. He updated or refreshed on our computer and then it logged us out.
For some reason, when I refreshed on the laptop, it said we were not signed in on the laptop.
Yeah.
So look, yeah. Right
Okay,
now.
so one of the questions was, what food will we be having on Christmas? So
Our Christmas, like our Christmas dinner.
Okay. So, well, we
we
only
are.
know what we're having Christmas Eve, because Christmas Eve we are going to his mom and dad's, and we are having breakfast for dinner this year. This is something that we have not done.
That's true. Yes.
And so it is breakfast for dinner, and my contribution will be chocolate gravy. And his mom and dad are making biscuits, sausage gravy, fried potatoes, bacon. I mean, just all the breakfast things. And
this was at request of my parents. We're gonna go over there for Christmas Eve, and they called us.
This is what your dad wanted.
They called us a couple of nights ago, and they asked. They said, my dad said, "I want to do breakfast for dinner," and asked if that was okay, and that's what he wanted to do, and we're fine with that. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, Hawkins Hill says, "What is chocolate gravy?"
Oh boy.
So chocolate gravy,
awesome.
It freaks a lot of people out when you say that, because they're thinking white gravy. So they're thinking, how can that be good? And I want to say I have a video. Did I put up a video of making chocolate gravy? Because I feel like I did.
I really don't know.
But if I didn't, then I need to.
I'm afraid to touch this. It'll log us out
I
again.
know. Let's see. Freedom, Homestead, chocolate.
But yeah, we're going to have a
gravy.
What All-American is awesome.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I do. I posted a year ago Southern chocolate gravy. And it is like warm pudding. Like a runny, warm pudding that you spoon over biscuits. It is delicious.
Yeah, I don't know if I can describe it correctly, but to me, it's almost like a thick chocolate syrup. Well, not a syrup.
No, more like pudding.
Yeah, but when you
Chocolate
say pudding,
sauce.
it's more like a chocolate sauce.
Yeah.
But it's the consistency of a gravy.
It has no eggs in it. It's flour, milk, sugar, cocoa, butter, and vanilla.
Yeah.
And a pinch of salt.
So, yeah.
No eggs.
Somebody said, we don't have chocolate gravy here in the West. Well, you can.
You can.
If you want to make it.
If you've got flour, butter, sugar, cocoa, vanilla, pinch of salt, and some milk.
And I tell you, you put
Then
it
you
over
can do
some
chocolate gravy.
you put it over some biscuits.
Yes.
You will have chocolate gravy again and
Thank
again
you.
and again.
Yes.
It is awesome.
Kathy from North Star shared the video. So thank you so much, Kathy. And yeah, you can check that out.
It's got to be an old video.
Good. But listen, I seriously make it once a year. I usually make it at Christmas time. It is not something you want to eat.
She doesn't make it nearly enough.
Well, if I did, it wouldn't be as special. It's a treat. It's a treat. This is not something you would want to eat
Dawn says
every
it's
day
to
or
die
once a
for.
week. It is. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, chocolate gravy. I think
It's not a Kentucky thing.
I think it's a southern thing.
I think it's it's a region.
Yeah, because I'm originally from Georgia. I had it in Georgia. I know people in Tennessee that eat it.
Oh yeah. And there's a lot of people commenting on here how good it is, so evidently they know about it too.
Right. Yeah, Mandy said so.
It's just really
sort of
good.
like a chocolate sauce, just thick. Yes. Yeah.
Man, Kathy's on it.
She
North
is.
Star
Oh,
Prepsteader is
look
just.
at you.
She's got the recipes. She posted the link to the video.
Tinker's wife, no, just make your regular biscuits. No, don't add sugar to it because you don't want it too sweet. I think it's just, to me, it's just the right amount of balance because your gravy is sweet and your biscuits are not. Mm-hmm. In fact, if you make your biscuits extra buttery, it makes it even better.
And I will say, I love breakfast. I absolutely love breakfast foods. But I don't like getting up in the morning and immediately eating.
Yeah.
So I hardly ever eat breakfast. I usually get up, I get dressed, I go to work. I really don't eat anything till 3 or 4 hours later. Mm-hmm. So for us to actually have a big breakfast meal in the evening, I'm looking forward to it because I'm gonna be ready for it.
Well, what's
I love hash browns. Any kind of hash brown casserole. Hash brown,
potatoes,
like cheesy potato hash
fried
browns
potatoes
are so awesome. That's one of my favorite breakfast foods.
That's funny. On pancakes, I guess you could do on pancakes.
Yeah, I would prefer it on biscuits.
Yeah.
The chocolate gravy.
And really,
I'm a big biscuits and gravy
If you want a pancakey thing, it would probably be even better on a waffle, just because waffles are more substantial. Like it could take the thickness of the gravy. But yeah. So last week we talked about our anniversary.
Yes.
Because we had our 21st anniversary last week. And let's tell them what we did.
All right. Well, we went to town and we spent we spent a good chunk of the day just running around doing stuff.
Yeah.
We went out to eat. Mm-hmm. Actually, we kind of had what do you call it, brunch or a lunch?
I call it lunch. Of course, I get up early. If I'm up by 5 o'clock, I'm ready for lunch at 11:30.
Well, it was my first meal of the day, but it wasn't until lunchtime.
Well, it was also my first meal of the day, which is why I was so hungry.
So we went out to eat. We went out to eat, and then what was your idea? What did you want to do?
I wanted to go to the range.
Yes.
To the gun range.
First of all, just we want to stay practiced.
Yes.
If you're going to own and carry, you need to practice. And
Hawkins Hills.
It's something we enjoy anyway, man. It's fun. Just
Ooh,
You know, some people call it plinking, just going and target practicing, and we had fun.
Oh, yeah. Had a
we,
really good time.
We did that.
Yeah.
And then I think the rest of the afternoon we just ran around and did Christmas shopping stuff.
Yeah.
And I think really we hadn't really started any of our Christmas shopping until that day. So about a week ago.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. But we're done.
Yes, we're done.
We're done.
We're done.
But
and I'm so thankful for the internet.
yeah.
Because not only because of YouTube and chatting with you guys, but man, I really dread between Thanksgiving and Christmas having to go shopping.
The traffic, y'all. It is so bad.
I love you guys. I love going to the Homestead stuff. I love chatting with people, but I don't like going into town where a lot of people are. I'm just not, I don't like to be among all the traffic and the crowds and stuff because it's so chaotic right now.
Very much so.
Yeah. And I want to enjoy it.
Yeah. But, I will say this, I was able to lay in bed the other day and Christmas shop from the bed.
Isn't that
on
awesome?
my phone.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is my idea of shopping. If I have to shop, which I don't enjoy shopping. I enjoy grocery shopping, but I don't enjoy doing other kind of shopping. But yeah, it was great.
So somebody asked about like opening Christmas presents and stuff. I'll just tell you, my parents, they always had this tradition.
Awesome, Karen.
My parents had this tradition when I was growing up that we always got to open one present each on Christmas Eve. And then everything else Christmas morning. And so that's kind of gone by the wayside. We start opening one, and before you know it, they're all open. Because, I don't know, it's just, it's how it's gone since we've been married. That's kind of how it goes. Just like, well, open this. Well, man, now I really want you to open the other one. So it ends up, most everything's... Isn't that what we do?
Sure.
Sure.
It's my fault.
If you haven't already opened them before Christmas Eve.
Well, it's not me that wants to open them. I don't want to open mine. I want everybody else to open theirs because I'm excited about what I got.
And we're like, well, I can't, you know.
And usually I get them what they need.
I'm going to love it. Christmas morning, I'll open it. And she's like, no, you open it now. I was like, I can wait. No.
You need it, but you need it. You need it now. You're going to need this tomorrow, so open it now.
Man.
I'm the worst. But yeah. I may not always get the right gifts for people, but I enjoy giving people things. And that's fun for me.
So looking ahead, do we have New Year's plans? We normally just chill out.
I don't like going places. I'm a homebody.
Again, I'm not much of getting out with the traffic and the crowds either. I definitely am not going to stand outside and with a big crowd of people and watch a ball drop. To me, that's just, that would be...
No.
That's like the last thing on my list that I would want to do. But yeah, we usually just kind of chill out.
I don't want to go anywhere that requires shoes or pants with a button.
Okay.
I just want to stay home in my jammy britches and in my socks.
I think
that's what I want.
I'll tell you what we like to do. And we've done this many, many times at our house. Sometimes we might have a couple of friends over and just hang out with them. But what we like to do is we usually fix a bunch of wings.
Yes, finger foods.
We usually fry up a bunch of chicken wings and have some finger foods and just snacks and just kind of chill out here at the house and just kind of spend time with the family.
Fall asleep on the couch at 8, wake up at 11:59, say Happy New Year, and then go to bed. That's my idea of New Year's Eve.
I am more of a night person. She's more of a morning person. So
see, these are my people. They
if
know
we
what
weren't
I'm
doing
saying.
our live show right now, she would probably be laying on the couch
Asleep.
dozing off
Yep.
right now. She's usually asleep by 8:30.
Yes, I am early to bed, early to rise.
I'm usually up till past 11 o'clock every night. But anyway, yeah. That's way too much information about us, I guess.
We did have a New Year's party once
We did.
at our house when we
It's
first
been a while.
when we first got married. It wasn't. It may have been our second New Year's Eve together. Yeah, it was our second one, right? Maybe it was the first one. I don't remember. All I know is that for 3 years, I kept finding
like that.
confetti in the couch.
Yeah, I like that. Hawking Hill says they do finger foods on a blanket on the floor for New Year's and they play games. I like that.
Fun.
And then Bro Farm says they stay home every year, PJs, watch the ball drop on TV. This year we're starting the pepper seeds
Cool.
and ordering out Chinese.
Now that sounds like the kind of party I
like
would
that
enjoy.
too.
As long as we're done by 7, and then I'm on the couch by 8. That's all I ask. Yep, that's awesome.
It's a prayer meeting to bring in the New Year's.
There's some churches around here that do that.
And we've done that a couple times. We haven't stayed till midnight, but there have been a few church services we've gone to, some singings, some gospel singings, and we'll go and fellowship with them for a couple hours and then come on back home. So we've done that.
Yeah. So Joey says, lived in Louisville, Lexington, Cincinnati, and Owensboro and hated them all. But I know how to get around and be there, but I live in a town with 500 homes. That's cool. Yeah, I've never lived in a big city area, and I would not ever want to.
Now, of all those, the only one I think I'd halfway decently like would be Owensboro. But yeah, I'm not.
They got some good food.
Not much of a big city person.
Nope. Hey, Lone Star Living. Good to see you. But yes, and we do have some goals.
Somebody made a comment. Well, it's Bro Farms. They don't want to be out on the road at New Year's because there's just too many people that.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, people are drinking and driving, and they just have no consideration for others.
Right.
And it's so dangerous, and it's not worth it. It's not worth getting out and being
Nope.
doing something stupid and ended up regretting it for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Or ruining someone else's life.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Lone Star Living's here. Sorry about that. Hey, how you doing?
Sonny said, done with the city, can't wait to get out. I'm excited for you, for when that day comes. Hawkins says, don't miss Phoenix at all. I feel like God transplanted me in Missouri and love it. Yeah, we love Missouri.
We like
Missouri's
Missouri.
Yeah, we've got a lot of friends that live out there.
We do. We think a lot of Missouri. And we go out there occasionally.
Yeah. Maybe once a year.
The last couple of times we went, it's been a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah,
that is not on our list of places to go this year, though.
Yeah, let's see.
Did you even hear what I said?
That's not on our list of places to go this year.
Right, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you. It wasn't registering. Sometimes I hear, but I'm thinking about something else. I was catching up with comments.
Yeah. So, okay. So, I know some of our plans for 2020 is to expand the garden, to finish the chicken coop and get chickens.
Yeah, and back to the garden thing, there's a project I want to do with at least one of the raised beds, is I want to turn it into a little hoop house.
Oh, yeah.
And
at least one.
At least one.
Maybe even 2.
Yes. I was watching videos on how to do that last night, and so I'm excited to do that because I can't wait to try to extend our growing season.
Yes, me too.
And if we
grow year round.
If I can get one done this winter, 1 or 2, then we could start early planting and growing stuff.
Yep.
And that would be exciting because I would love to have some fresh vegetables before the 4th of July.
Yeah, me too. Well, and right now, so Jack and Parker put some leaves on our beds.
Yes.
And there are
We put a
still,
lot of leaves on the beds. Yeah.
so we still have stuff that's growing, but of course it's growing very slow because it's cold, but we still have spinach. Was the lettuce still there?
And I had the lettuce.
The garlic is looking good.
I think one.
Onions still look good.
Yeah. I was gonna say, besides the leaves, that old bale of straw that's been out here for about a year, starting to decay. I went ahead and spread it out on one of the raised beds too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Good.
and that's gonna help push the leaves down too, so they don't blow away.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
So
Rose.
yeah, there's the raised beds, the gardening, and then you mentioned the chicken coop. That's probably gonna be our big addition for 2020 are the chickens, because that is brand new to both of us.
Yeah. We're going to have to start
But you're
small.
wearing the shirt. We're gonna have to start small and learn, and then as we learn, continue to grow.
Yes.
And
Awesome.
we will show you the good, the bad, and ugly of all of it.
Yeah.
But we want to be good at it. We don't want to just half do it. We want to get in there and do it well and do it right, so that hopefully others that are trying to do this with us, and others that, I mean, so many people say, I can't wait to start my homestead journey. Well, we don't want to give them bad ideas. We want to show them what does work.
Yes.
But sometimes showing them what does work is showing them what we did that they shouldn't do.
True.
If that makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Have you
and-
decided when you will get the chickens? Yeah, we're going to wait till winter's over. We're going to wait till it
Yeah.
warms up.
Once we get the coop completed and it gets a little bit warm, because yeah, we want to face one complication at a time. So bitter cold temperatures, if we could avoid that in the beginning, and just kind of ease into it, that's
He
what
says
I'd
you'll
like to
end
do.
up like that famous farmer you visited with all those, Joel Salatin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's that?
The Hamiltonville farm.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I can't remember his name. Yeah, we went to Joel Salat to Polyface. You're wearing... No, that's not the Polyface shirt.
I'm
I
not
thought you
wearing
were
the
wearing
Polyface
shirt.
shirt. Yeah, no, yeah, that's Polyface Farms, Joel Salatin. Yeah, he's got all kinds of cool stuff.
If you watch that video, you will see just a few second clip of just her in her blissful happy place out in the middle of all those chickens. It was hilarious.
1,000 chickens.
You should have actually been there and seen her.
What did he call it? It's not the Millennium Falcon. What was it? What he called it something else. The Millennium something.
Yeah.
And there was
It was
1,000 chickens. And I was like, I think I even said, can you smell how clean their poop is? Because it really did.
Well, the key
it
is
smelled so clean.
he rotates it,
Right.
and the
Mimsy's
the
garden.
rotation is key for that type of. It's so sustainable the way he does this.
Right.
But anyway,
It's amazing.
yeah. If y'all haven't seen that, y'all need to watch that. That one part where all those chickens, it was 1,000 chickens.
There's 1,000 chickens.
And we got to walk around among them,
and hold
yeah.
them.
So we filmed a
pet them.
little bit of it, but I mean, it was cool being there, because we spent quite a bit of time there. We just didn't film it all and show it all to you. But what we did show, I think, is pretty a good representation of what was going on out there.
Yeah.
It was just a good time.
It was. It was very, very awesome. Let's
Mimsy's
see.
garden, just popping in to say hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people, I know this is such a busy time for everybody because tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Everybody's getting ready and doing last minute stuff. So I know some people are just kind of popping in for a few minutes and having to go, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
fine.
y'all.
And we really appreciate y'all just taking time. This is a busy
Absolutely.
week. We know how busy this time is. And for you guys, I'm showing 90 right now. So for all of y'all to spend some time with us tonight, we're so grateful for that.
Absolutely.
We're so thankful for that.
Deborah said I bought 6 pellets last spring. One was a rooster, so now I have 15. So now, are you incubating them, or are you just letting them do their own thing? Well, there's Stivers Homestead. Hey guys.
Hey, Stivers. It's good for you to join us tonight.
Yeah.
Man, we miss y'all.
I know. We're going to have them out soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
Think about it.
things-
Think about planning another trip.
You know, we
Just
might,
an hour or two south.
Yeah, and it's probably just going to be one of those things where we say, hey,
We just need to
what
get
about
together.
this weekend?
Or we can meet halfway. We just need to get together.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That is so cool, Deborah. That is so, so cool. I love that. She said she just lets nature take its course, and now she's got 15 chickens. That's so cool.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
All right, Tinker's wife, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you watching.
Hey, George. Sometimes Christmas is more hectic than working. So true. So true. They said sounds like a plane to us. Okay, well, let's do it.
Rose's 100. My grandfather had an incubator, but was known to put the eggs in bed with him.
Really? That's awesome.
I remember for a few years my dad had an incubator, but he didn't hatch out chickens. He raised quail, and we did ducks one year, and that was fun. I barely remember it. That was when I was real little, but I do remember a little box of ducks inside our house after they were hatching out, and that was...
Ducks or quail?
We did ducks one year.
Oh, okay.
Because he had a pond on his farm, and he wanted some ducks for his pond.
That's neat. Let's see, we want
The
to
Millennium Feathernet.
Feathernet.
That's
Thank
what he
you.
called it. Yes.
Thank you.
Sunny
Well,
Preps, thank you very much.
Yeah, I remember when he said that, and I looked at him, I was like, I wonder if that's a play off of
Oh,
Star
yeah.
Wars. And then Jackie's like, I don't know. And then
No, as
then
soon
later,
as he said it, I was
no,
like,
no,
this
you
gotta
didn't.
be.
You can even hear it. You can hear it in the video. And then I went, see?
Everything was picked, says our house is halfway.
Yeah, you remember meeting them. They're the ones with the solar panels.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So no, we have not seen the new Star Wars.
No,
Hey,
and that's
Hannah.
another thing we haven't done in ages is actually went to see a movie.
Well, there's a reason.
Well,
I normally fall asleep during the movie.
yeah, she cannot stay awake through a movie.
No.
When those lights dim down, it's nap time.
If I get comfortable and still, it becomes an expensive nap.
It has to be a
And it is
movie.
expensive.
It has to be a movie that she is just super into. Tell them what you've
And a
been super
matinee.
into lately on Netflix. You don't know?
On Netflix?
Yeah, when I come home from work, you're always watching it.
No, it's on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube?
Yeah.
But it's a series.
It is. It's a Wartime Farm.
Wartime Farm? Is that the name of it?
Uh-huh.
But it's in Great Britain. It's in
Yes.
England. And they are recreating how they had to survive during World War II. And
It's amazing.
because it talks about how no one grew their own food before the war.
Yeah.
Everyone had gotten, like we are now, lackadaisical. If that's a word, I just made it up. But anyway,
That's a word.
that's a word? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, movies are expensive too. Yeah, that's just money we don't want to throw away. But if we're gonna spend that much money, I want to go out to eat and have a nice dinner.
So one of the things that I learned by watching it, actually there's not a couple, there's a lot of things that I've
There's
learned.
tons of stuff.
And I even posted this in the group the other day, I think, in our Freedom Homestead Friends group. That during Wartime Farm, they mentioned that at the during World War II, what was it, two-thirds of Great Britain's food was imported. And then during the war, the imports had to stop. So they had to grow their own food. And so it got me to thinking, well, how much of America's food do we, or the United States, how much of our food is imported? And it said, according to the FDA, as of this year, only 15% of our food is imported. But a lot of the majority of the 15% is fruit. And then right after that is vegetables. And then right after that is other stuff. Which fruit makes sense because, you know, a lot of the tropical fruits, I'm sure, are imported. But I was really surprised by the vegetables. And I'm sure some of it is exotic vegetables, but I'm thinking there's really no reason why America cannot be 100%
I think she's asking us
self-sustainable.
this. She's asking, is it the farm vids?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. Well, another thing about this, and you guys might want to give us your thoughts on this. When they raised a pig or a hog to have it butchered because meat was so valuable, they actually had, you could raise your own pigs, but when you wanted to butcher one, you had to get a permit to butcher your pig, and a police officer had to come to your farm and watch you do it just to make sure you were doing it correctly and not wasting meat during the war. I thought, that's extreme. But I mean, to me, my first thought was, boy, that's against my private rights and citizens. You know, if I want to raise a pig and eat it, I can. I don't need anybody's permit or permission, but it was the war, and
that was like a couple of years into the war.
Yeah,
that wasn't something they did right out of the gate.
That meat was, you know, part of it went to them, and part of it was going to go to the war effort.
Right.
But I thought, man, I didn't know it was that bad.
Well, and also because so pigs were usually fed scraps and they were fed cereal grains. But now that they were they were having to grow their own cereal grains, and you know that in order to grow enough to feed anybody, you have to grow a ton of it. And so the government actually encouraged farmers to go ahead and dispatch the majority of like their pigs because they ate so much, but just to keep a couple for meat. So anyway, so that was really interesting. Another thing that I've learned, and I'm sure some of you have already seen it, but one thing I want to try is making a hay box.
Rose 100 says they would hide pigs in the basement, so they would, you know.
Yeah,
that's
not
crazy.
good.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But yeah, so a hay box, what they would do, because one of the things that was rationed was paraffin, which is a fuel source that they would use in their cook stove.
Hello, John from Ireland.
Hey, John.
Hello from Ireland, John O'Neill.
And
that's
so,
cool.
So since paraffin was being rationed, if they had something that took a long time to cook, what they would do is they would set their pot of food on the stove and bring it up to a high rolling boil. And then they would take a wooden box, they would line it with hay, and then they would take the pot and they would set it down inside the box, and then they would put more hay on top of it and a pillow. They just to really, really try to insulate it. And basically what they did was they built a slow cooker. So,
isn't that cool?
And so at the end of the day, their food would be done and it would still be hot. So I actually want to try that. I think that would be a really great off-grid skill to have and to know how to do.
Somebody's asking for the name of that series. It was in the comments above.
Yes.
But what was it?
Chaos and Grace actually shared the link.
Okay.
It's called Wartime Farm. And it's on YouTube. It's free to watch. Each episode is about an hour
part
long.
Of Farm Vibs.
Farm Vids,
The
yes.
Farm Vibs, Wartime Farm.
Yeah, Vids.
The farm Vids. Yeah, just look at the link Chaos and Grace has posted. Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so has anybody tried that? Build your own slow cooker that way?
Yeah, I just think that's awesome.
To me, that's almost like cooking a pig in the ground.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Instead of, they created the box with the hay and everything, instead of just digging a hole in the earth and putting in and wrapping stuff up.
Yeah, they also did that. Another thing that I watched is called Wartime Kitchen and Gardens, and the lady on that series also made a hay box. But anyway, I just think it's really, really neat. But it's really amazing to me how, absolutely nothing went to waste. People were, because a lot of tin and things like that were going toward building planes and weapons and things like that. People were going out into the fields and going through the woods to find scrap metal to build silos and things like that for their farms. And it's just really, really amazing.
I'm sorry. John O'Neill from Ireland, he says it's 10 to 3. It's almost 3 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
Is that right? Is that correct? Am I reading that
That's
correct?
Cool. He's in the future.
Well, something I saw them do on the video you was watching, I sat down and watched it the other day, is they converted a vehicle to run on coal. Mm-hmm. And they had to build the container to burn the coal in, and then they built the pipe.
Good night, Bro Farms.
Basically, the heat went through the filters and it trapped it, and it converted it to, and it ran the engine. And I was like, wow, So I mean, they had to get their hands dirty and think outside the box and just try everything, and they made it work.
Well, and you also watched
cool.
it with me where they had to make clay tiles to fix a roof.
Yeah.
And so they also had to build a kiln.
They built the kiln, they made the clay, they formed the tiles, they hardened them, and then they went and fixed all the roofs that had leaks in them.
Yeah. And it was really amazing too to learn the part that the women had in it. I knew that a lot of women had to step up and take, with where a lot of the men had left jobs because they were out fighting the war.
And that reminded me of Eustace Conway on Turtle Island.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody said Eustace on Mountain Men actually had a truck that ran on a wood burning stove.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But we've been to his place.
Yeah.
And he does. He makes his own shingles, the wood shingles. He doesn't use clay. He makes wood shingles. He does all his own blacksmithing. He has his own sawmill. So a lot of what he does is what they had to do.
Right.
Just to survive.
Yeah. But it was also really neat, like I was saying, seeing the different things that the women did. I'm learning about land girls. I had never heard of that, but land girls were women that would go and work the land because all the men were gone. Yeah. So, so now you have a whole country and you're being called upon to grow food enough for the nation. And so a lot of women were stepping up and taking care of the business.
It's kind of neat because you watch something like that, and if you're into the homesteading stuff, that's really interesting because you're seeing people use those skills that most people have forgotten today, that most homesteaders would love to learn how to do and be more self-sufficient. But we're also, you're learning history.
Yeah. And
it was teaching us what happened during that time period. I mean, was it Queen Elizabeth?
Yes.
She was an ambulance driver.
Yeah.
She was basically a truck driver, and it had video of her.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Well, she wasn't the queen then, but
she was princess.
She was Princess Elizabeth, and she's driving because the men were all fighting, and the women were the truck drivers. And
one thing that we also learned was, and there were some people that refused to fight because of religious reasons, and so arms. You remember that one guy, the old man? Okay.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. So they said, okay, well, if you're not going to fight, then you have to, work this land.
I remember.
Grow food.
Got something in my mouth. Got a hair in my mouth. I do remember them talking about how coal was a major commodity. Everything was made on coal because paraffin and stuff was so short on supply. So a lot of the men that was drafted, they would have lottery draws, and they would send them to work in the coal mines. And that was so scary and dangerous that a lot of the men refused to work in the coal mines and would go spend a year in jail. They gave them a choice. You spend a year in jail or you go work in the coal mines, and a lot of them were like, I'm going to jail.
Yeah. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah,
I mean,
because it was so scary working in the coal mines.
It was so dangerous, yeah. But yeah, so it's really interesting.
Or did we buffer?
Yeah, but we're
Several
not
people say that we're okay.
But yeah, and I really feel like it's very important to know those things and to learn how to do them.
Merry Christmas, Hamilton Farm. If you're still here.
We take for granted, we think we will always have electricity, but we could wake up tomorrow and it be gone. We just don't know. We're not guaranteed.
We hope not, but
we're not guaranteed anything, and we're not entitled to anything. So, it's just good to know.
Yeah.
It's just good to know how they did those things.
Mm-hmm. So, our hour is wrapping up. Mm-hmm. We will be getting off here shortly, but it's weird how we kind of got off on that tangent. That was weird, but
No.
we didn't plan on talking about that, but I've enjoyed it.
Well, it's funny because you asked me right before we went live, what are we going to talk about tonight? And I said,
she said, I don't know.
Because that's the cool thing about talking to y'all, is that we never know what we're going to end up talking about, but it's always enjoyable.
She can talk about anything. Just
not anything.
Get her started and she'll go. It's true. But yeah, so we do hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas, and you've got something coming out in the morning.
Yep.
So she's got a video coming out tomorrow. And we'll be doing some videos on some goals, more in depth. I know we kind of mentioned them tonight, some of our goals, but we're gonna put those goals into action. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, and it all depends on how well the weather holds out too. If it stays nice like this, I might be able to start getting out there and working on the raised beds and the chicken coop again.
Yeah, that is the difference between a dream and a goal. A dream is like, one of these days I'm gonna blah blah blah. A goal is saying,
I would love
one
to
of
do
these
that.
days I'm going to do this, and this is how I'm going to get there.
Yeah. And these are goals where, I'm going to talk about that at another thing. Well, I'll wait and talk about that at another.
Sounds good.
But anyway, Merry Christmas, everyone. Anything else you want to add?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, hope everybody has a Happy New Year. Are we going to be back next Monday?
Yeah.
Lord willing.
Yes. Lord willing. If we're all doing all right.
Yes.
We'll be here.
So
next
we
week.
do plan on doing our Monday live shows as long as we can. And we appreciate our moderators. We appreciate everybody that has joined us. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook if you want to as well.
If you want to.
Yeah, in between our videos, we love to interact with you guys on our social media platforms. So thank you guys. We hope y'all have a great week. What are you going to say? Until
next time.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.